As we edge closer to the European Championships, the question on everybody's lips is, can Netherlands win Euro 2020? In this video, we're going to see just how far they can go in this summer's spectacular. Right, folks, back once again with another video. Today, it's all about Euro 2020 as we take a look at a nation's hopes of the tournament this summer. We'll see just how far they get, of course, in my eyes, when the tournament kicks off in June. We'll talk about that in a minute. Of course, we'll take a shout out to the VIPs, the patrons behind the scenes. Thank you for your continued support. I do appreciate that, guys. And of course, if you want to join yourselves, check out the links down below, patreon.com/. But today, it's all about the Netherlands. That's right, boys and girls. Can the Dutchies go all out and win the pissing thing? That's one of the questions I hope to answer you by the end of this video. Can they win it? Will they win it? Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. But before all that, let's take a little look at how the Dutchies got there. In fact, they had a bit of a difficult way to get through, but they managed to do it in the end, of course. So, yeah, the Netherlands actually finished as Group C runners-up alongside their nearest and dearest and bitter rivals, Germany. Both of the two nations did lose the one match. But guess what? Germany ended up with 2 points better off after the Dutch drew. Who did they draw against? They drew against Northern Ireland. Shocker right there. But hey, they had enough in the tank to get through. To be fair, I'm all about that. I'm happy that the vast majority of the classic nations have made it to the tournament itself. I do like watching them, even though some say this Dutch team is not the best. But to be fair, they've got some really good youngsters, and it might not be their tournament this year, but I think I think they're one manager away. If they can get Ten Steg in it, or whatever his name is, the guy from Ajax, if they can get him in, Eric Den Haag, or whatever his name is, I think they could be a challenger for the World Cup in Qatar. But anyway, that's for another day. Let's, of course, take a look at, the Dutchies themselves. 16th of November, they sealed the bloody deal with, of course, big wins against Estonia here, Belarus as well. This is their 10th championship as a whole. They did win it back, of course, in 1988, but they also were in 1976, 1980, 92, of course, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tournaments in a row. Absolutely incredible record by the Dutch. Of course, managed by Frank de Boer. Will certainly, again, not the best pick by a lot of the Dutchies' point of view. Of course, their best player, again, a debatable question here. Frankie de Jong, of course, is the best player. Of course, Virgil van Dijk, for me, I would say is up there as well, but I don't know if he's going to be there. But I think, as of right now, Frankie de Jong, unless something crazy goes on domestically, he will be there. Alongside Matthijs de Ligt as well, Steven de Vrij, Memphis Depay as well, Wijnaldum as well, in amongst that means Nathan Ake, Donny van der Beek. They've got some really good young names, of course. Virgil van Dijk, 29, probably got another 3 or 4 years at tip-top football. They've got the players, but have they got the inspiration on the touchline? It is a similar question that I asked with some other nations along this preview. Of course, let's take a look at how the Dutchies fared like all the others. So here we go, boys and girls. What about the Dutch record then, shall we, when compared with other nations? Well, they actually finished in 11th, that's right, just outside the top 10. Ahead of the likes of Russia, Portugal, Turkey and the Danes, but behind the likes of Switzerland, Poland, France and co. Of course, let's take a look at their passage potentially to the later stages. Of course, they are in Group C, a very favourable Group C for them, I think, with, of course, probably one of the weaker nations, if not the weakest nation in the tournament, that is North Macedonia. Of course, you don't know what you're going to get with Austria either, and of course, the Ukrainians are a sticky wicket. They're a familiar opponent as well for the Dutch in recent times. Of course, their games will look like this, of course, kicking it all off on the 13th of June up against the Ukraine. All eyes will be on it. Of course, then they'll take on the Austrians, of course, on the 17th of June before wrapping it up with, of course, the North Macedonians on the 21st of June. Let's take a look at, of course, the Dutch themselves. They are one of the host nations, I believe, as of right here, right now. But again, that could all change. They could all change. So they will have a favourable backing. If things stay the way they are, they'll have favourable backing in their matches in this group, of course, if fans are allowed back in the stands. They'll be based out of their home nation, of course, but they'll be based out in Zeist or wherever that may be. So they'll fancy the chances to do well in this group, of course. The key match for me, though, is against North Macedonia. I know it doesn't really ring like a must-win classic, but to be fair, that's 3 points right there. 3 points that they should take home. If they don't take home their 3 points, they're going to be scrambling with the likes against Austria, the likes against Ukraine. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be relying on hope. And that is the last game for North Macedonia. They could also already guaranteed a spot in the next stage by the time the North Macedonia game comes around. They might beat the Ukraine and pick up a draw against Austria, or vice versa, have 4 points on the board, and they think, you know what, we're good. Let's play the kids. Let's play the fringe 11 here, and of course take a bit of a break, of course. But you know what? I think they've got a good chance here to go comfortably through in Group C. I don't see too many hurdles for them, especially with the home backing. What about the bookies odds then on the Dutch? Let's have a look at what they think. They actually think they'll qualify quite easily, 80-1 on for the of course qualification into the old latter stages, and of course to win the whole thing, quite up there as well, 9-1. So yeah, I do think the Dutch can win Euro 2020. They've got the group, they've got the home backing, they've got the players, but have they got the managerial staff? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Frank de Boer is. Is he the best manager, the best Dutch manager, best Dutch national manager? Is he the best manager that could do this job? No, I think no on both accounts there. I think your best Dutch manager is managing Ajax at the moment. You've also got some other ones. The guy, I think, from Leverkusen who just left, I think he might be Dutch. I don't know, though. You have to check on that. So there are key managers knocking around that could do it, but it's too late. It's too late to change it again. You've already changed it once with Koeman going to Barcelona. You brought in Frank de Boer, and he's had a nightmare start already. Again, I'm recording this in the back end of March here. They just lost to Turkey in the World Cup qualifying. You can't have that. You can't have that. Imagine if there's another in this week. I think they play 2 more games. If they had a nightmare of the next 2 games, they might be changing the manager prior to the Euros, of course. Goodness gracious me. We don't want that. I don't want that, because then I'll have to change this video. Will they win it? No. No, they will not win it. No, they will not win it. They're a good nation, and I'm happy there. I love watching the Dutch. They are probably one of my top 5, top 6 nations I enjoy watching. The kit is classic, it's traditional. The fans are electric. The atmosphere the Dutch play, especially if we can get a German-Dutch sort of semi or a quarter-final, would be fantastic. Give me that shit. I think they'll go to the semi-finals, though, after all that slamming. Whether it is Frank de Boer or not, I still think they have the personnel, the group, the favourable group. I think they get a favourable tie when I look at my picks. I think they'll win this group, to be fair, even though I've just slammed them. And then they'll get a favourable tie, which will, I think they will. I think they might even be a Germany, no, it'll be a Spain. I think it'll be a Spain-Dutch semi-final. Whatever it is. But I'm looking forward to watching the Dutch, even with de Boer pulling the strings. There you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. If you agree or disagree, let me know your opinions out in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, check out the description. I've got links to my other social media platforms. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitch, and I'm even on Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. Again, we'll be covering the tournament extensively over the summer. Of course, we've got watch-alongs, previews, predictions, of course, all of that stuff, and many, many more. So make sure you, of course, smash your subscribe. And while you're at it, give the video a big old fat thumbs up. Again, I'll see you all very soon for another one tomorrow. Until then, well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it, of course. We'll have exclusive coverage for Euro 2020 over on the channel. Of course, we'll have match previews, match reviews, of course, watch-alongs and all kinds of stuff, including predictions as well. No. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. If you agree or disagree, let me know your opinions in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, check out the description. I'm on Twitter, Twitch. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. Of course, if you agree or disagree, let me know your opinions out in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, make sure you check out the description. I've got links to my other social media platforms are on there. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, on Twitch as well. And if you want to check me out at Patreon, you can check that out as well. Also, exclusive and extensive coverage of Euro 2020 this summer on the channel. We'll have, of course, previews. We'll have predictions, of course, watch-alongs as well. And, of course, we might even get a reappearance of Cass, the predicting cat, the real cat, not DigiCass. But, of course, lots of stuff on the channel. So make sure you give the video a big old fat thumbs up while you're at it, and of course make sure you smash the subscribe. Until then, I'll see you all very soon for another one. Until then, I'm out.